Hey, how you doing? My name is Chris. Welcome to my shop. Got another fairly easy project to make for the kids for this coming holiday season. Going to be using some oak plywood and some, I believe it's birch plywood as well. Going to be trying to make a chessboard out of plywood. Now, most people will tell you, Chris, you can't edge glue plywood and expect it to have any structural integrity. And you know what? They'd be right. Which is why underneath the glue ups when we're done, I'll be going to this backer board. So I've got to stain the oak plywood to provide a contrast with the birch plywood so I can get the dark squares and the light squares. So I tell you what, let me go ahead and sand this oak plywood, prep it with some pre-stain conditioner, and then we'll be ready to stain this. We'll cut it up into pieces and we'll see if we get lucky and we're able to make a chessboard out of plywood. Headed your way next. All right, I've got this all sanded. Let me explain to you quickly what I'm doing here and tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've sanded both of these pieces up to 180. I've applied the pre-color conditioner to the oak that's going to be stained, and by the way, I'll be using an English chestnut. This is Minwax number 233 to darken the oak. But once I get the stain applied, and that has dried, I'm going to be applying a couple coats of shellac to the surfaces of both the oak and also the birch plywood. And the reason for that is pretty simple, because when we do the glue up, we're going to get squeeze out. And normally when you're making like a chessboard or a checkerboard out of hardwood, that's not a problem because you can just sand it off. But I'm dealing with such a thin layer of veneer here, I can't go sanding off the glue if it soaks into the wood. So I need to seal the wood off so that when we do the glue up, I can wipe it off the surface of the shellac. And if I have to, I can lightly sand the glue squeeze out off, and I'll only be removing the shellac and not the veneer. So I'm not going to make you watch me stain this or watch me put shellac on it either. Let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on. Okay, so that's the stain done. Got that taken care of. I got the shellac put on both these pieces. This is a 2-pound cut that I mixed up of shellac. The stuff that you buy in the store is typically a 3-pound cut, and this is 3 coats of this 2-pound cut that I put on this plywood. But if you get the stuff from the store, you might go to Gary with just 2 coats to get to the point that I'm at right now. This plywood here, I don't know if you can tell or not, this birch, it's got some discoloration along this far edge here, and I believe it's because this plywood at some point in time got wet. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, and we'll just be using the good stuff. But I think we're ready to go ahead and cut the strips out and see if we can't make a chessboard. And this, my friend, is why using a coat of shellac prior to this type of glue up, it's not a bad idea. Now I'm going to build a frame for this chessboard around it, and I'm probably not going to video that just because it's nothing more than a picture frame that will hold this chessboard within it. So let me go ahead and get that done, and I'll show you this when it's finished.